What's good, duelists? It's been a minute. I have a new video today going over what's topping in the OCG meta. So out of 50 tournaments, and it's been a while actually since Road to the King has updated this list, but I'm really interested to see because Age of the Overlord is coming out like before we know it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So basically, this is what we're looking at here. So Rescue Ace got first. 23% topping in the OCG, and then Tier Laments is actually really back, so they have 12% tops, and then Pearly's at 8%, and then we see like Vanquish Soul. It's kind of like is reminiscent of our meta with even like Runic decks doing well. Well, they play Runic Stun, but Labyrinth. Um, so yeah, so that translates into 52 Sinful Spoils Rescue Ace, 27 Tier Laments, and 18 Pearly. And basically, I just want to go over some of these deck lists. So this one went 9-1, so a lot of their tournaments are just Swiss actually. It was a 43 card Rescue Ace list. I do think it's interesting that like they're deciding to main Called By with the Diabellstar combo. But I mean, with Max C, you kind of have to. And then they only have one designator, but really just trying to make sure their plays go through. What I think with our meta, it's just going to be everyone's going to main 3 Nib because I think Nib is actually still really strong versus Rescue Ace because if you don't open Hydrant, it's not like you can do the Jet Synchron, and it's really only like 5 cards with the Sinful Spoil cards. That's why we see that they're playing actually 2 Diabell Stars because it's just like so powerful and the card can do it on its own. So basically, if you don't know what this card does, you just send 1 card from your hand, set this 1 of spell you play, this 1 of spell, send 1 card you control to the graveyard, special summon a level 1 from deck. So it's a neg 1, but your Hydrant's going to +1, right, and get you to Lifter, which gets you into Turbulence, and then that's full combo. So it is interesting to see. Maybe in the TCG, I actually should definitely be messing around with more Diabell Stars. I definitely think of like I feel like it's too inconsistent, or I want that like Jet Synchron, just because I'm not opening the obvious like Rhoda, the broken one, the 3 of a quick play spell that we play. And then with Rescue Ace, I think it's been kind of hard for me to fit everything in the extra deck when I'm trying to make these lists because like even in this list we see like the Boral Code Savage Dragon or Boral Load, I forget what it's called, but we see the Savage Dragon level 8 Synchro that's played in Dragon Link. Now I have seen some Rescue Ace lists in the past that were playing Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. I always call that card Void Ogre for some reason, but they were playing Hot Red Dragon Archfiend just for the Savage Dragon to make it if they haven't already Link summoned, just to negate like an Imperm or something. If they haven't already checked for it, and then they're playing this like Spell of Trap negate level 7 Synchro, just negate spells and traps. Excel Synchron's obviously really good. They still have the Auroradon, so all of that stuff makes all the Synchros go up a lot. Having Auroradon, we do not have Auroradon, so we're probably not going to be playing as many Synchros. But Baron, Rescue Ace being able to make Baron is just so strong, especially when you're thinking about like Pearly being so big in the meta, and this deck just loses to the field spell so hard. So I definitely think that's a benefit. But keep in mind, we do have 3 Prosperity for consistency with the deck. Then the side, nothing really interesting there. And then bam, Tearlament's back. Tearlaments is definitely a deck I'm looking into. Now, what's interesting about this list that they're showing is it's not playing the Horus cards, it's actually playing the Sinful Spoil cards. So it's kind of like you can pick which way you want to do it with like either the Horus cards or the Sinful Spoils. Sinful Spoils is going to obviously line up more with the Synchro package, and because they have Chaos and Dragon, it is way better. This build's actually playing Naturia Beast and Ancient Fairy Dragon. That's pretty cool with the Kashtira tier spell and Dragunity Ravine. I mean, that's insane. And then they have the obvious adventure package with the Power Tools Synchron Dragon. I forget the name, but basically just this card with right is Baron Naturia Beast by itself because why not, right? Their tokens Earth. It's just so broken. You can synchro with the Griffin into Baron, and then you can make literally an Naturia Beast with the token. He's actually playing a Legal Knight with no Griffin at all, so that's crazy. Only 2 Select, only 1 Scream. So this is more so a Synchro Adventure deck than like just a tier deck, I would definitely say. This deck actually went 5-1, so that's Nothing too special, but it is cool. It's crazy they're citing grass is greener for going second. I wish we could play that card low key. And then we have a Pearly list that actually went 6-1. So basically, with Pearly over there, I mean, they have to play 3 Yeep because they have Delicious at 3 rather than Sleepy, so they can't do the same things we're doing with the Baby Noir. But if we look at all these lists too, one thing I forgot to mention is that they're all playing SP. So SP is so good. Also playing Celine because the Diabell Star is a spellcaster, so you can now make Celine with that. But yeah, so they're playing Celine, they're playing IP, and that's just the or SP. Sorry, I forget which one it is. But this new card SP is just so broken. Like honestly, it's insane for interruptions. It's like there's cards like Unicorn, Nightmare Griffin, and the Monster Destruction. I am terrible with names. And the Monster Destruction, I just memorize them by the picture and effect. So all of these cards are like low-key worse than this card. Like this card you do not have to discard. You just banish any card your opponent controls. So like it can be a set, it can be a field spell. So it's really, really powerful. And then it also has another effect just for no reason, right? And if you make it with IP, oh, that's really what's so broken because it needs that for its first effect to trigger. It needs a material that's pretty much just an extra deck monster. And then we see, some sphere modes. Definitely seems good, especially in a deck like this, like Pearly. They're running just the 9 hand traps. Maybe we should run Valor more. They do run the imperms with all of the hand traps, which is not necessarily as good in Pearly, obviously. It's interesting they only run 1 happiness, and I can't believe they can play Desires. Like, I've tried Desires in Pearly, but that never just works. It just, like, I wish it works. Everyone mains 3 Ash here too, besides this list we're about to look at, but everyone mains 3 Ash, so at least you can go Desires and then Prosperity in the same turn, so that's pretty cool. If you opened a 2-of with a 1-of, but yeah, that's probably not happening. Okay, and then we have Centurion. This deck is actually crazy combos, especially with the Horus cards. This deck is insane. I've even seen like the Theron package with it. Definitely pretty good. These Centurion cards, though, they don't come out for a while, so we don't have to worry about that right away for next month. But yeah, it's pretty much Calamity. Calamity's broken. It's an FTK. Some trap action. And then the Horus cards are just really nice. I mean, this card is just so good. You discard it and another card, Mini Graceful Charity, and you add the Gold Sarcophagus. This deck is so many hand traps, too. It's just like FTK with a ton of hand traps. 2 called by Crossout Designator, really maximizing our going first potential. We got the Orcust XYZ in here. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. I definitely would say, let me go back to this. So yeah, I mean, I think Rescue Ace is just like so set up to be good. But at the same time, I think Tearlaments is actually really set up to be good as well, especially if we get a list where Kashtira is hit for the next format. Tier just gets way better because the only decks that we really can see playing Shifter are Exosister, maybe Pearly if they're teching it, and like Flu. But these decks are not as good with Shifter as Kashtira like by themselves. Like Kashtira is an insane engine compared to like Flu or Exo. So Tearlaments I definitely think could be good going into the next format with those Horus cards. But yeah, let me know what you think. Have a great day.